One of the major reasons so many people are fed up with mainstream entertainment today is the relentless preaching and virtue signaling by the so-called woke Hollywood elite. During the 2024 election cycle, we saw more celebrity endorsements for Kamala Harris than we've ever seen for any campaign in history. Suddenly, we were hearing from Taylor Swift, George Clooney, Beyoncé, and a long list of other A-list actors and musicians, each throwing their weight behind her campaign. And sure, it's nice to see these celebrities speak out and try to influence the political landscape, but here's the thing. Normal, everyday people don't care what these stars think politically. They don't care about their endorsements. In fact, many of us are growing increasingly irritated by it. It's not just that Hollywood has become out of touch with the average American. It's that they believe their opinions matter in a way that's completely disconnected from reality. But after seeing the results of the 2024 presidential election, it's clear that this celebrity endorsement culture is over. People have had enough of it. It's not just about the votes that are still being counted in swing states like Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, and Alaska. When you look at the overall picture, you can see that President Donald Trump has secured a landslide victory. He's even likely to win the popular vote, which sends a clear message. Hollywood endorsements have no real impact anymore. People are simply not listening to them. And of course, it's already happening. Some of the celebrities who campaigned for Kamala Harris are now melting down, blaming the outcome on the American people. They're accusing voters of being racist, sexist, anything they can to explain why their favored candidate didn't win. It's pathetic. Hollywood's reaction to Donald Trump's historic win is all too predictable. But as much as they try to spin it, we can all see the truth. Elections have consequences, and this time, the consequences are clear. The right side of the political spectrum has made significant gains, and they're not going to take that lightly. For example, Oscar-winning director Adam McKay, who is known for films like Vice, posted a lengthy message slamming the Democratic Party's approach. His criticism: the Democratic Party spent 2 years lying about Joe Biden's cognitive health, refused to hold an open convention to find a new nominee, ignored critical issues like public health care, and even embraced fracking. He pointed out that these missteps were a surefire way to lose. And honestly, who could argue with that? Anyone with half a brain could have seen this coming. Even within Hollywood, there are some voices that are frustrated with the party's strategy. Wendell Pierce, who was vocal about his support for Kamala Harris, is now lamenting the changing makeup of the Supreme Court. He predicts that with this election, we're unlikely to see a moderate court for a generation, which is a terrifying thought for many liberals. Meanwhile, some of the Hollywood elite, like Pierce, are already spinning their own narratives, accusing the voters of embracing a convicted felon, a racist, misogynist, and so on. It's a familiar talking point. Blame the American people rather than take a hard look at the flaws in the campaign and party strategy. But here's the kicker. Despite all the finger-pointing, what's really shocking is the changing demographics in the voting blocs. Latinos, for instance, showed an unprecedented 45% turnout for Trump, and black voters, historically a key constituency for Democrats, came out in higher numbers for Trump as well. It's not a fluke. People are waking up to the fact that they don't need to follow Hollywood's political lead. And yet, some of the loudest voices from Hollywood just can't grasp why their endorsements didn't sway the election. Cardi B, who campaigned for Kamala Harris, had an emotional meltdown on social media. She blamed the state results on the people who voted for Trump, calling them out for what she deemed bad decisions. Meanwhile, J.Lo, Usher, and a slew of other celebrities hitched their wagons to Kamala Harris's campaign, and in the end, they were all left with egg on their faces. The truth is this: Hollywood is seething, and they just can't figure it out. They thought their endorsements would swing the election, that their influence could move the needle in a way that mattered. But as we can see from the results, they were wrong. The era of people caring about what Hollywood celebrities think politically is over. This election proved that beyond a shadow of a doubt. And the more we hear these celebrities complain, the more it becomes crystal clear. They still don't understand why their influence no longer holds the weight it once did. Hollywood used to think that their power in the political sphere was undeniable. Now, we see that ordinary Americans have decided they are done with being lectured by the rich and famous. The reality is, Hollywood's attempts at swaying voters are no longer effective. People are looking at the issues that matter to them, and they're not being swayed by celebrity endorsements. So, what does all this mean? It means that Hollywood needs to wake up. They need to realize that their political influence has been overestimated. The days of having massive celebrity endorsements translate into electoral victories are gone. It's a new era, and the American people are speaking loud and clear. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell for notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.